Alright guys, so you guys just saw some footage of my powerlifting prep. But yeah, so I'm just starting that out. It's going to be tentatively on 3/6, so March the 6th. And that's the plan, to get strong and hopefully pull some PRs. So, but yeah, but Jacob, my little brother, Jacob, how old are you?
I'm 14.
14. Do you have a girlfriend? Or is that confidential? Or is it it's complicated. It's COVID complicated.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jacob, you just started lifting weights, right?
Yeah.
Why did you start lifting weights?
Well, I played lacrosse and need to get stronger for that, so.
You're saying that those, give me a front double bicep.
A what?
A front double bicep. Put both of your biceps up in front. Or,
like this?
Yeah. I would say that's pretty good for a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
But what are your workouts like? What are you doing?
Well, we do rotary cuffs, and it's really a full body workout. Really, he wants us to work on our explosiveness, our strength, our speed. So we're doing.
So my question is, Jacob, because I know a little bit about strength and conditioning and how to get strong.
Yeah.
What order does he have you do it in? So like, you need like a rundown of your workout, and then I'll rate like it from a scientific perspective.
So at the very beginning, we do a 1 mile timed run, and that's required. So we run a mile, get every all done. We head inside to the weight room.
You run a mile before you lift weights.
Run a mile before we lift weights.
Strike one right there.
And then we head into the weight room. We do a warm-up rotary cuff for shoulders.
What does that consist of?
Huh?
What does that consist of? For the rotator, it's the rotator cuff muscles, so the shoulder muscles of the that shoulder girdle right there.
Yeah. So we do that warm up, and then we move on to some kettlebell swings that they're called, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we do some ab workouts. We do the kettlebell swings, and then we do the Russian twists with plates.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do the dumbbells, the curls, dumbbell curls.
Dumbbell curls.
And then you take a break for a few seconds. You have 3 reps of that.
So you do circuits.
Yeah.
What's the rep target?
3 reps. No. 15 reps, 3 sets.
Nice. So muscular endurance makes sense. I like that off season.
And then after that, you do, you go into your dumbbell bench press, and then you're supposed to do your lateral raises, and then you do planks. This is a superset, and then you do reverse lateral raises, so you go up instead of going down over.
And I'm assuming that he has you on a clock, right? So
yeah, so you have you should get your workout done in like an hour to an hour and a half.
So does he have you like a whistle?
Yeah, he has his time it.
And he's like, switch stations.
No, he doesn't say that. He wants us to take responsibility of it.
Oh, he's taking control of his weight room?
Yeah.
So you guys have to do it.
He puts down the times on the paper, and we're supposed to have our phones or whatever, and just time ourselves.
Gotcha.
And you're supposed to get these done in a certain amount of time, and if you get done early, you get an extra break.
Break.
Or if it's just really way too hard for you, then you just take a break as long as you need and get yourself where you need to be. Then after that, we do some squats, dumbbell squats.
Is this the same workout every single time? 2 times per week, or?
Mondays and Wednesdays are different ones. So yeah, I'm only talking about the Monday one, but then you do some squats and then you do some more planks. So you do 15-pound squats into you do 15 reps of the squat, and then you go to 12, and then 8. You take a 1-minute break, 8, 12, 15.
So pyramid down.
While you're doing that, you're supposed to.
So some ladder sets.
Yeah. So you do that.
For those of you guys who don't know, you can actually do that with powerlifting and bodybuilding, but it's more common with sports just because they need to train more qualities. Like the muscular endurance is more important for them, and that power and the strength and the hypertrophy. And Jacob just said he did 15, 12, 10, 8. And some of you guys might be like, why didn't he go down? Well, because it's an off season, and because when you're further away from a competition and he's still learning the technique, higher reps gives him some more skill practice, and you also will get more hypertrophy and more of that muscular endurance, which is important in an off season, since Jacob just finishes lacrosse season.
Yep. So you do that, and then you're supposed to finish it off with a timed plank. You go 40, 50, 60, 120, 60, 40, 50, 40. So it's another ladder set, but
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is that workout for you?
oh, it varies because you have a time set for it, but I'd say it's a solid workout, but
So
it's not
like a 6.
I'm not about a 6 or a 7. I'm not dying during it, but it's a good workout.
But you already like do skiing and running and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
skiing.
Like you don't.
Yeah, I'm not inactive. So.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for the rundown
Yep.
of, and you guys are going to do that all off season,
All
right?
off season, yeah. So we were supposed to start 2 weeks before, but the whole entire governor shutting down the sport things.
Yeah. So what is your opinion on the coronavirus?
It sucks. I'm tired of it. People just listen to the freaking guidelines and didn't gather in enormous groups. Maybe a lot better.
Dang, a 14-year-old is just wow.
Like, it's just common
it's simple,
sense.
right? It's
Even if you do congregate with people, put on a mask. Just
not that hard.
It's not that hard. It's just this. It is.
But my freedom, Jacob.
It really
But my
doesn't-
freedom.
It doesn't bother your freedom, bro. It doesn't violate your rights whatsoever.
But my face mask.
It's not a big
I
deal.
gotta have it. Anyways, okay, Jacob. Thank you so much for the interrogation
Yeah, definitely.
session. And if you are not, how much do you weigh right now? 140?
148.
148? 148?
Yeah.
I'm like 178.
Yeah.
So, okay, my little brother is gonna, wow, okay, I gotta eat more food. Okay, I'm gonna stop right now before he exposes me even more. But yeah, so I just finished up my Black Friday sale, and I wanted to just thank everybody who did participate in that and get a program and coaching. It's been super successful. Like, I feel super blessed and lucky to have people who believe in me and what I'm doing with training and whatnot, enough to invest in me and trust me. And my whole goal with this, with Adam Peeler Fitness, is just, and with this channel and just everything, is just to help inform you guys more about like science and like what actually leads to true results, because I think that's just something that's really important. It's like you can do, like you can bro it out and make progress, but like science is the boat. And like if you actually have a destination, you know how to change course based off of where you're going, like there's no guesswork. It just takes that all out of it. So that's just the power of science-based training, and I'm really hyped for all of you guys. Everybody who's been running the programs and clients have been crushing it, and I'm very fortunate to have my job and work with all of you guys. So just wanted to thank all of you guys for that. I'd be remiss if I did not do that. But yeah, I am currently 14 weeks out on my meet. I had a bench workout yesterday. I did some straight leg deadlifts today, and then I did some back accessories as well. Tomorrow, I believe I have squats. And I'm doing something a little bit different with this prep in terms of leg volume, how I'm distributing it. I'll go into that a little bit later, but yeah, these are going well so far. I have some pretty big goals. I'm kind of, for nutrition wise, I'm just kind of maintaining around like 180 for right now. My cap was 181.7 for USPA. It's a little bit different from the US APL. It's better. That's the difference. But also, yeah, it's a little bit of a lower weight cap than the US APL. But yeah, that's it for the update. You guys, so I wanted to hop on here and make this voiceover really fast, just talking about my overall plan for this competition, how I'm going to structure my training up to it, and just explain a few things that I think about. So I'll let these things kind of show, but this is a couple of my sessions from week 1. This is my primary bench day, and then my primary squat day, tertiary bench day. I'll talk a little bit more about what that kind of means later, but you guys can kind of see that, and I'm just going to talk about my overall thought process behind this and in general. So the whole entire purpose of prepping for a powerlifting meet is to peak your strength on a specific day, which is the day that ultimately matters the most, the competition. It doesn't matter how much weight you do hit in training. it matters what you hit on the competition. Um, because sometimes people peak early. And I'll talk about what that means, and sometimes they peak late. The goal is to peak your strength on that day and have momentum building up to that meet where you can progressively increase your strength. So right now, I am 14 weeks out roughly from my meet, which is going to be on March 6th, provided it doesn't get canceled because of the current situation. But essentially, the whole point of prepping for competition and peaking is to get to the point where your fitness or your strength levels, in the case of a power lifter, as well as technical prowess, which is basically like you can just, your form is very, very good at maximal weights, is the highest without fatigue inhibiting performance. You need to understand that as you train for longer, you're going to have a point where you'll kind of find with different phases of training, such as hypertrophy, strength, or peaking, uh, where you will have different times to peak. In general, for hypertrophy, I found that's 4 to 6 weeks for most people. For strength, it's 4 to 5 weeks, and then for peaking, it's anywhere between 2 to 4 for most. And when I talk about time to peak, is basically how much training can you get, where you are consistently able to overload, progress, and get better before you see a decrease in performance. Um, and that's not what we want. We want to have our peak basically take place on the day of competition. Um, and usually, when you're peaking, you're going to have a period of training, like it's generally going to be a week, where you will intentionally, functionally overreach to get a super compensation effect on the day of competition to where you are stronger than you would normally be. If you do peak properly, you will see usually about a 4% increase on your compound lifts from where you were the strongest, which should be where you ended the uh, training leading up to competition, because it's not like the taper is going to save you and like you just like start like seeing this decrease in performance. Like that's not the goal. You should know your time to peak based off of training data and history, and then be able to use that and modify it based off of when okay, so based off of my historical training, I know that I'm going to on late like week 4 is like my last really good week of training, and then things start to go downhill. Well, if you're peaking for competition, that week 4 should be that day where you do most of your volume and you do slightly more than what you can recover from to have a spike in performance on that one day. But it requires lots of time, consistency of training, and predictability. And this is why you should probably not be training like oh, I want to all of a sudden do a meet. Like you should probably have some time training and actually structured methodical training before you just hop into structure. Um, but I did want to just address that because that's a question that I get a lot about. Like, well, how long should I prep for? How do I know how to peak? How do I know if I'm ready for competition? And usually, what I've found is that if you just do not understand how to lift properly, if you have not had actual programs before, and then all of a sudden, you're going to just start getting on programming like 12 weeks out from a competition. That's fine. You can still do it, but you shouldn't expect, to have a crazy good performance because you won't have enough data to really plan effectively. And so this is going to be my second meet. What I'm basically planning on doing is just doing uh, 2 strength blocks of about 4 weeks, and then I'm just going to do a peak for about 2 to 3 weeks. Since historically I found that I can typically do strength and hypertrophy. My time to peak is about 4 weeks, and then with the 5th week usually not going very well, I usually will hit a wall halfway through, where I'll have to basically like either just grind out all my training sessions, or I see a decrease in performance, and I don't want that. And like usually it's because hypertrophy is going to be within the 60 to 75% of 1 rep max range for most of your work. Strength is going to be between 75 to 85% for most of your work. And then peaking is, it's going to be 85% plus for most of your work, and just very specific direct training, I find that I just get more fatigued from those higher intensities per unit volume, basically every single set that I do, because I'm very type 2 fast twitch muscle fiber, which means I can produce lots of force in short periods of time. How I know that? Again, past training experience. Haven't had a biopsy, but I just know based off of training. But it just, I can't do as much overload training with peaking until I do hit that time to peak, and I have to deload, or I need to basically back off, before actually have good training happen again. So that's the general overview of what does a prep consist of. How do you know how long to train for? How long should the phases leading up to peaking be? What's the purpose of it? You should focus on building your strength in a linear periodized manner. You're decreasing reps and increasing weights and increasing exercise specificity. So more squat, bench, deadlifting for that volume as you get closer to the meet to get the best result that you can on that meet day. So yeah, that's basically it for this voiceover, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so I just finished up my session. Pretty good. Honestly, actually that was kind of a lie. It was like a solid 7 out of 10. I felt really fatigued on squat, just tired. Yeah, it's just because I literally spent before today, I spent the past 2 days literally awake. Just I had to work a double shift at work, and then with the Black Friday sale going on with the programs and whatnot, it just took a lot of time. But yeah, it is what it is. Just I did the best I could. I still matters that I still hit my numbers I was programmed to hit. Right now I am in the store wearing my penguin mask that my mom made. I'm gonna grab some food because I'm running low on some essentials. I usually just come to the store and grab fruit and vegetables and produce items throughout the week. That's typically what I tend to run out of. It's I just eat a lot of it because fruit is honestly like candy to me. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. This is the, what model? The XS or XE?
SE.
SE?
It's the new SE. It has basically the same innards as the 10 with a slightly different form factor. It's same size as your current 7.
I like my 7 size. Sweet. So I am upgrading to a new iPhone because my 7 is a little bit old, and now I'm going to do just setting it up on the heck. Oh, repeatedly. See, reading is helpful. But yeah, I'm setting it up, so that's what I'm doing right now. Thanks, Dad. So what Dad's doing is doing a peak expiratory ventilator, which basically measures the output of his lungs, because gotten a little bit of an accident, but he's doing a little bit better. So right now, I am just setting up my new phone. Like it a lot. So that's what I'm currently doing right now. And then finishing up some client programs, responding to messages, check-ins, whatnot, coach stuff. Yeah, that's kind of the plan for the rest of the night. I think I'm going to send it off here. I'll talk a little bit more about my prep going forward, but for right now, that's what is going on. Kind of just starting out right now, easing into things, and I'm pretty confident I'll be my strongest ever yet on the meet. So, and I keep my deadlift bar down here. And his name is Thor. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. If you guys are interested in coaching or programs, AdamPeterFitness.com. Links to all my social media are down below. And